we install is the wiring harness. Now with this kit, this has to remain inside, so we're going to show you a neat little place to tuck it. But then the other thing that kind of upsets me with these instructions is they don't show actually passing it through the vehicle to the outside. So I'm going to do that for you. Alright, now the last one. Okay, so I am going to remove this because you have to get this panel out so you can get to the first set of wiring and where you're going to tuck that control module. Alright, so next let's get this weather seal off. Alright, oh, look at that. Relays and good stuff. Okay. That's kind of cool. Okay, so after doing a little bit of digging and some research, I ended up finding the wire you need to interrupt isn't this one, or this one. Don't look there, it's not there. It's behind here. And here's the foam insulation, and it hooks up, and this is just a simple relay bracket. Now, I don't know what relay for it. I don't think it really matters for this job, but we're just making some room so we can get back to that rear plug we need to interrupt and get trailer wiring. Okay, so move that out of the way. So on these, they do have a controller that does need to be put in this area. So this, you're going to have stuff in here because this is subject to contamination and overheating. So we're going to put this in here. I don't agree with them saying you have to drill new ground for this. I don't see the problem with interrupting it with a ground that's already previous. We'll show you that when we get there. That is the plug right there you have to interrupt. There's that one right there. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to interrupt that. What's cool about these, they only go in one way. And most auto manufacturers make one clip for one job. This controls your parking lights and your signal for your driver's side. Okay, so as you can see, we're interrupted. Now we can push this back in the hole. And just on there just enough so you can wrestle this thing in here. And just push it real hard. And once it gets hot, it will seat. And that still leaves us enough room for a ground up here, which I'm going to use straight to chassis, which is this is chassis ground. About 5 to 10 pounds. And there's some air that actually gets blasted in here to help dissipate heat, so it's kind of cool design by Nissan. Okay, so this side's complete. Alright, so when I was looking around to figure out where to put the trailer lights, this is the only grommet I see that makes sense. Because I'm not drilling a $41,000 car for a hole, and I'm not leaving it out for it to just get chewed up by groceries. So we're going to go out here because it should be wide enough to get my four-way through. Then I can actually have some say of how to mount this so it's clean and professional, because I do not like the way that those instructions don't tell you to do this. So this, I think, is the best bet because you got a grommet to go through, and at least it'll be sealed and, you know, keep the garbage out. Alright, so let's go chase that through the hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an even slit in this so I can push the weather connector through, and then I can just run some sealant, and I still haven't cut the grommet entirely and it'll still be completely usable, so let's cut it now. Be careful not to cut that harness. Not bad to fix, but it's not fun either. Yeah, that should be enough to get us through. Okay, so as you can see, our hole is minimal. I will put a little bit of sealant in it. Okay, so I am using an orange because it's a flexible high temperature. It's not because of the temperature, but I like the flexibility. Alright, we're going to go finish the interior panels, get the rest of that wiring done, and then we'll finish off down here with installing the evap pump and testing out our harness with the trailer that we have right behind us. Okay, so I did cut a piece of hose here. That's because we got to support this. We don't want any chafing right here, just as a rough edge. Use a zip tie right here, and that'll give you plenty of protection. Alright, and as you can see, even if it rubs, it won't hurt it one bit. Alright, so now let's install our last panel and then get this side cleaned up. Just snug. We're going to go to our other side and install our other light, and then we're just about done. Okay, so same thing over here. Undo your weather seal. You don't have to undo all of it because we're only going to try to attack this one panel here. But you will have to install that. Okay, that's the last one you have to interrupt. Alright, so we're snapped there, so now we got to find our other end we just unplugged. So this side was really difficult to get in, and I can't really show you too much of it as I like to, but working here, there's one plug. I don't know how I can get in there and show you that, but it is tough. Smaller the hands, the better. You can do it. I did it with big hands, but it did take me a minute. Alright, so at this point, we are done with the wiring side for in here, so now we're going to start putting stuff back together. I did tape this up because I am going to run it in this channel, so that way it's, secured, won't touch anything, and it should work pretty good. Alright, so that one's secure. I am going to lift this up a little bit and try to get it underneath that channel. So you don't have to do very much, but remove these three. Now it does lift a little bit, so that's where I'm going to tuck this wire under. And then reuse our original fasteners here, no problem. I will do this one first just to kind of suck it in a little bit. And this one will be a little difficult because it is going to be under a little bit of pressure. Now do your middle one. Okay, check for operation. Alright, still works good. Alright, let's put our weather seal in. Very important to get this back where it needs to be, otherwise this door won't shut right, and that will not make the wife very happy. Okay, so when you're installing this last piece, it's a little tricky, not too bad. Try to push it in underneath. So the weather seal actually fits in the channel. Just like that. I'm going to get this one started first. Alright, then our last one here. Alright, then we'll go ahead and... Oh, look at that! No extra parts. Maybe next time. Alright, folks, that completes the interior side of this install. Now we're going to go underneath and finish up, and this project is well done. Alright, at this point, you have a couple choices where you're going to route the wire. Now, obviously, you're going to want it above this. That'll give it some protection, but you got to think about how much wire and lead you're going to have left to hook up to your trailer. So for now, I'm going to push it off to the side and see what I got left after I reinstall the evap pump. Yeah, this is another one of those things where I'll say put it in loosely, and there's 3 bolts that mount this pump. Yeah, the bracket kind of bends a little bit when you do this, so don't be alarmed. Okay, now that our pump is back in place, now just hook up your vent valve. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do with our trailer wiring. I think the best thing I think for this, for usability and ease, is to run it up and over this one bracket. That way it keeps it out of the way. Running it up and over Grandma's house. Out through here. And wow, that gives you plenty of hookup. And then you can tuck it up when you're not using it. Alright, so we're going to put our spare tire back in place. Okay, I'm going to do right. Alright, we're getting ready to go on a 650-mile road trip, so I like to check everything out at night. It's a lot more visibility, it's a lot easier to see problems. One thing I've noticed with the QX4 is I had to actually take a 2-inch drop and reverse it to get my trailer to sit flat. You'll see that here in a sec. Get the stuff all hooked up. Got your safety lock in. Alright, hook your trailer up. And you'll see this thing's going to drop down a little bit. Another reason why I had to do the 2-inch flip. Alright. Safety latch. Extra chains. And hook your wires. And I like to have my wire right up above the chain. Alright, now let's go test the lights. Alright folks, just about wrapped up the 670-mile trip. The trailer's done extremely well. Nissan has done extremely well. Getting about 17 miles to gallon. Can't complain. I mean, we're towing, 1,650 pounds of weight. We're not going to expect 19 miles a gallon. You got a little bit of weight back there. But other than that, the project went well. I'm real pleased. Everything is done extremely well. We hope you enjoyed the series. We have more videos coming soon. Click like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.